All right, man. The members required you to come back for this one, my guy.
Much love to y'all. Much love to y'all.
So here we go, y'all. What is going down, world? Welcome to the 40-year-old FUQ Boyz podcast. I go by the name BlackPegasus, and I have a very special guest reoccurring now, and this was so many requests from the membership. Like your REN roller coaster hasn't even released when we filmed this, but they asked for him back. His name is Fozzy Styles, you guys. That's F-O-Z-Z-Y.
S-T-Y-L-E-Z.
Yeah, because someone called you Fuzzy.
Yeah.
The comments.
Yeah.
It's all
Funny
good.
story, when I first started getting in with this group, the dude that introduced me to everybody, he called me Fizzy Stools. So we could go that route too. But
That's kind of a crazy name, actually. Fizzy Stools. All right, you guys. So we got Fozzy Styles in the house, and we're going to do a first-time reaction to REN, The Tale of Jenny and Screech. Now, we did a REN roller coaster where I introduced him to REN with High REN losing it, and I believe busking. I think he did the War Pigs.
Yeah.
We had it was a good session, man, but this brother's very talented. It's let me remember correctly. I believe you play 4 instruments. You're learning 2 more. You can sing. You can rap. You're classically trained at some capacity.
Slightly classically trained in vocals and stuff.
Yeah.
And like extensive music theory, but
extensive music theory, you guys. Nah, I love it. Now, this is what was dope. When we went through High REN, he spotted and highlighted a lot of things that I haven't seen or heard, and he was able to touch on some really cool things that no one has touched on. And shout out to all my guests, because all of them see different things. But it was really cool, and by the time the REN roller coaster drops, you guys can let us know what you thought. But we're about to get into this, so let's get it started, you guys. Like, share, and comment on all the content. If you rock with the vibe, subscribe. You know what it is. 40-year-old boys are back in town. 40. Boys are back in town. 40-year-old boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. 40-year-old FUQ Boyz podcast. Malt liquor for your ears. 40.
yeah.
All right, I'm going to get this logo down and pull the video up, you guys. Don't forget, I drop original content every Wednesday, music videos, freestyles off the top of the brain. And even we got a really good interview with REN. We have an interview with Tech9, a bunch of original stuff. So support the original content the same way you do these reactions. And coming down the pipes as well, you see that 40 in the corner, you guys? We have new merchandise. I'll put it in the description. Yeah. But we got some really cool merchandise. You can get this shirt with that little 40 logo on the neck, the 40 on the front. There's a bunch of different things, but we got hats and some T-shirts. So if you want to support us and order some merchandise, I'll put the link in the comments and description, and let's get it. So now, before I introduce you to this, this is just like the High REN. This is one takes.
Okay.
But it's 3 different videos. So this is The Tale of Jenny, The Tale of Screech, and Violet's Tale.
Okay.
But to get the whole story, it's better to see it all together.
Yeah.
So when you're watching, pay attention to details, what you're seeing with the music, with the lyrics. With this one, it is really important to pay attention to the lyrics. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'll just leave it at that. But again, it's a different tale for each one. Let's get it popping.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, you guys, here we go. We got Fozzy Styles in the building. Let's go.
It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny walked alone, she was dragging her feet. She was heading back home to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, because she walked it about 1,000 times before. She wanted to escape. Can you blame? Well, on the very same night, in a different place, there walked this hooded young youth by the name of James.
A lot of different styles. It's really cool. He's really good at a lot of things. The whole, like, playing classical style into the reggae thing, I've never seen that done before. That was crazy.
Okay. From you're talking about the beginning?
Yeah, from the beginning up until the part where he started strumming heavy, that little, like, backbeat thing, that was a cool thing, because reggae does that a lot.
Okay, tight. Hell yeah.
Escape. Can you blame? Well, on the very same night, in a different place, there walked this hooded young youth by the name of James. He was 14 years old and out of his brain. He'd been smoking ganja with the boys. James, he grew up to be a kid of the street. His mates called him Screech. He was quick on his feet. He was a liar, a thief. At 14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul. As Jenny walked home all alone, she felt scared. Usually she was alright, but it was like there was something in the air. A divine intervention telling her to beware. Maybe intuition bogging her and making her so scared. Sirens sounded in the distance at the beat of Jenny's feet. A symphony of the night that echoes crime on London streets. Jenny turns a corner, their eyes they meet. Up or go Jenny, a boy named Screech. Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it. Bitch, are you listening to me? Jenny freezes statue like a lady shakes stalactite. Feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move, but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes.
This dude got better flow than most rappers that I know. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's off the chain.
Yeah,
like,
dude, that's nuts.
And it's so unique for me to see him put it together with a guitar like this.
Yeah, like it's really hard to play guitar and sing and do well at the same time.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like one of the hardest things. I can't do it, but like some of the best guitarists I know can't even do that shit. So yeah, it's a real talent. That dude's crazy.
That's tight. Hell yeah.
Like a lady shakes stalactite, feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move, but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes.
Again, my bad. So just to remind, he's mic'd up. Like, this is all live.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah. So
yeah,
just like REN, because that's one of the key components in these where I'm like, everything you're like, oh, this is like, he's really good. But then you're just like, yo, this mother effer is just walking around playing this.
Yeah, and it's telling like an actually really intriguing story.
Yeah, it's wild.
What the hell you playing at? You playing games with me? I swear to fucking God, I'll slice the rosy off your cheeks. You think I don't mean it, girl? You don't know me. The last thing you see will be a boy code. Screech reach with the sheath of the blade, with the teeth that could bite through steel and slice concrete. And he swung possessed with the devil in his chest, and the statue she was turned to butter in her breath. It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny lay still on the cold concrete. She's found somewhere to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, 'cause she'd walked it about 1,000 times before. I guess that she escaped. It's such a shame.
He's got a very, very reminiscent sound of Sting from The Police, which is like an old 70s rock group. But like, yeah, his voice on the especially on the reggae thing, that shit is just like Sting. That's crazy.
That's so, dude, man, I'm getting goosebumps because I follow REN.
Right.
And Sting he loves Sting. And it's so interesting because when I showed you him busking, I was like, I showed you the War Pigs or the Black Sabbath cover.
Right.
Because I was like, yo, this is going to be up your alley, which it was. But there's a one where he's busking and he does this mashup of The Police and what is it? No Diggity.
Okay.
It's crazy. But like it's so cool that you caught on without even seeing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy as hell.
That's just that style. That's if you go and listen to like Englishmen in New York from Sting, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Ah, that's crazy. See, I'm not I'm not up on game with Sting like that. And
That's some funky shit, bro.
Yeah.
Get with the groove.
Yeah, no, and this was crazy. I grew up, like my dad had like funk, soul, and jazz. But as I grew up, you know, like you start rebelling, like, oh, I'm only gonna listen to hip hop. That's not cool listening to this stuff. Like I was in a pocket, and that's why it's kind of cool now. Like I'm just discovering all this stuff on YouTube. I'm like, yo, this is fire. Like people be like, have you not heard of this? And I'm like, well, framed, but it's all good.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. Screech and Madman, I can already tell. He changed guitars. That first guitar in the Taylor Jenny or whatever, that was a traditional guitar. This is a classical guitar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. You caught that in such a quick.
Yep. This is going to be crazy. Okay, let's do this. I like this backdrop.
Yeah.
Our story, it starts right at the end. At the life of poor Jenny, clocked out like Big Ben. Dear Screech, dear boy, where did he go? He melted into the black night just like snow. Patrick, man, let me in, please open the door. I think I fucked up, Patrick, really fucked up, man. I'm not...
That first little opera part that he did, the style of that, that is so wild because that sounds a lot like one of, I can't remember which song or scene it is, but it's from a old musical called Carmen, and it was like, that was fucking crazy. I haven't heard that in like 12 years.
That's crazy. You remember that?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen Carmen, but just how you're like, yo, I haven't seen it, and then that's interesting.
Yeah, that it's a little like tango Latin kind of musical. It's really cool.
Okay, that's tight.
Oh,
Opera, yeah.
Patrick, man, let me in, please open the door. I think I fucked up, Patrick, really fucked up, man, I'm not sure. I got crazy, left this lady lying still on the floor. I think I killed her, Patrick, come on, man, I can't knock no more. But Screech kept on knocking till his knuckles became sore. But there's no sign of Patrick down at number 54. No refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate, with something far more sinister in mind that does away. Hey, babe, are you in? Nah, nothing really, I'm just a bit tired, listen. Can I swing around yours for a few moments? I just really miss you, babe. What the fuck do you mean you're busy? You fucking bitch! For fuck's sakes! Siren sounds approaching like a banshee in the night. The shrill cry of justice cutting like the sharpest knife. But Screech was never one to run, not one to miss a fight. One hand upon his blade, he turned to face the blue lights. Come on then, you fucking cunts, let's fucking have you then. I am Screech, I'm the boss, I'm the ender of men. You think that uniform you're wearing means that you own these streets? These are my fucking streets, and they call me fucking Screech. Richard was an officer who said...
Wow. Screech is a whole character. And I can tell you this is probably his favorite character to play because it's very representative of the evil part of the REN video.
I could see that. Yeah. And he's so into character in this.
Yeah, that's another thing. This guy is acting too.
Yeah.
This is some impeccable shit, man.
Yeah. Let's go. Ren. Yo, congrats to Ren, too. He just hit 1 million subscribers, man. He's on the come up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Think that uniform you're wearing means that you own these streets? These are my fucking streets, and they call me fucking Screech. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3", working London on the night shift. What he didn't think he'd see was a boy running at him like an animal possessed. With no time to hesitate, he fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest. Our story, it ends right at the start. Young Screech and poor Jenny lying 1 street apart.
It's also got a Les Miserables feel too. It's pretty cool. Who? Les Miserables. It's another musical.
Okay.
But it's all French. Well, it's the original one's all French, but it's got like Hugh Jackman and fucking Russell Crowe in it.
Oh, snap. Man, I'm just out the loop, man. You just know too much. This is above my pay grade, y'all. That's tight.
An officer shaken by the boy that he claimed. 2 bodies lay lifeless, and it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
Ooh. Imagine being a bystander just walking by and witnessing this.
Dude, I wouldn't know what to think. I'd be like, yo.
I'd be so captivated. I'd be like, man, this man out here doing real moves, and ain't nobody know who he is yet.
Yeah.
But 1 million people, that's crazy. He's well deserved. Well deserved.
Now, it's fun because on this channel, I've been trying to expose him to more of like the American audience, because I'll ask people, have you ever heard of Ren? And they're just like, no.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, let's do a reaction. And like, it's funny because I do Harry Mack reactions, but everyone has heard of Harry Mack, it seems like here, you know? But this one's always fun because it's just one of those things. Like, I believe in him, his art, so I like to put people in front of it. And it's just like,
he's probably got like the most like set up future to be an independent act as long as he keeps doing theatrical stuff like this.
Yeah.
Because there's always a market for that.
Yeah, facts. All right, so we just watched The Tale of Jenny and The Tale of Screech. Now we're about to go into Violet's Tale.
Violet's Tale.
So
it's like a little love trifecta.
I don't know. I can't spoil nothing.
No, I know. Plus, Screech killed Jenny, so that was not. I did not expect that.
Yeah.
In the first video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert if you haven't seen this. Let's see what guitar he's playing. Hold up. Pause. Does this whole thing tie into the high REN video because of the fact that he's in a gown and in a hospital scene? Like the high REN maybe?
I don't know if I should answer that, but I would say no.
No. Okay.
But yeah, I get it's interesting.
Keep it vague. I will dive down this rabbit hole, my guy. You got me hooked.
I think though, what you noticing the Screech character having some type of the acting having reminiscent of the evil character in High REN. I think there's something to that, but I don't think this is connected. It's its own story.
Okay. Yeah. Kept the classical guitar. This is a sign to all of you guitar players out there that you need to practice more.
hold on. I don't really understand what's going on there. So since I have someone who does, how complicated is that? Is that pretty, or is just like, what's he showcasing there? Because it looks super dope.
Precision. Technically, like the notes and the chords that he's playing aren't as complicated as they may seem. It's more than likely a minor and a seventh because that's a very common dark eerie thing. Mm-hmm. But the way he's tapping so if you look, those bottom three fingers, he's muting the top two strings or the bottom two strings. And then the other ones, he's picking different notes, but every time he picks those notes, so he'll hit this one, he'll hammer on, and that'll make that string thing buzz and make that note. And then this one, he'll hit it again. So on the same thing, he can hit 4 notes just by going boogie.
Okay.
And just the amount of precision to change chords up here and then hit all of the right things while maintaining rhythm, doing all that is as fast as he's doing is pretty crazy.
Okay.
While keeping those top strings muted too. That's the impressive part.
Nice. So a lot of precision there.
Yeah.
With the playing.
Yeah.
He's basically showing off he has a black belt.
And it's actually really hard to do on a classical guitar like that because those are meant to be plucked.
Okay. Interesting. I learn something new every day in these reactions, y'all.
London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. Rhythmic beats and bloodstained sheets, Our Lady weeps, she's tired and frail. To set the scene, we must rewind the hands of time for Violet's tale. Violet was a silent girl, grew up with violent starts. Her mother was a drinker and her father was a bastard. Every night he took her tie but never left the room. I'll spare you with the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew. Violet was a silent girl, she moved out at 16. A semi-detached council flat, paid for by a welfare scheme. Packing shelves at Tesco, stacking jars like pickled bricks. She met a boy named Stevie and he was a little prick. Violet was a silent girl and Violet she fell fast. See, Stevie was the wrong and but he sure knew how to charm her. Every night he took her tie but never left the room. History repeats itself, he'd paint her black and blue and dark.
Do you get a lot of people that compare him to Ed Sheeran?
Not really, no.
Good, because it is nothing close, and I feel like a lot of people would.
Oh, okay. You think people would be like, oh, he just to put him in the box of
of the United Kingdom guitar player who can rap.
Yeah.
This is nowhere close. They're completely different. No one's better or worse, but like they're completely different lanes.
Well, this is what I never knew of the term bardcore, and it's just like medieval playing. Like I get like in medieval times, a dude like playing something by the I imagine like the campfire and telling a story,
right?
And that's what everyone says. Like, and I was like, oh, why do people keep saying bardcore? And then I looked it up on Google. It's like, oh, it's like elements of medieval things in your music, and the way he tells stories and plays the guitar and stuff like that. When I see some of those shows,
and a lot of those medieval songs and like tales like that were played on a lute, and in order to get the lute, they're tuned different. because it's a different instrument, so they have to play. They also called a barred chord is also when you hold your finger across the top of the strings to move your neck, so you can make different chords.
Oh wow, okay.
But on a lute, like you're either playing one string or you have to bar to get the other strings. So it's a barred chord.
Wow. Okay. Shit. God dang, I'm gonna have to go rewatch this just to make sure I have this down.
No,
Then quiz myself.
You're good. You're good.
That's tight.
Pocket tie, but never left the room.
It hurts. If you do that long enough, your hand cramps and it don't.
Yeah, like where your wrist is at too. I bet.
No, like
Because
right,
you're moving this.
like right here.
Oh,
and
really?
like in here, your wrist. If you hold your elbow right, your wrist is fine. But
Okay.
yeah.
History repeats itself. He'd paint her black and blue and dark. She never stood a chance. The devil comes to dance. Violet, why are you always so quiet? On her bedroom door and he's irate. He's been drinking and smoking, he's up late. And he stands by her bedside, she shakes. But her eyes stay shut. You fucking slut, I know you're up. And he pinches her eyelids and folds them up. Violet, why are you lying to me, Violet? She stays silent, things turn violent. That's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pilot. Hit like hailstones, one to the collarbone, full force, full blown, blood's black bone, crack, knick, knack, paddywhack, one to the jaw and the tooth spat, detached fist connects and disconnects a bone. A quick deflect to misdirect the blow, but nonetheless his punches met her throat. Such a mess he's left her bruised and broke. Violet, why you always so silent, Violet? Why you such a little liar, Violet? Do you think I want to do this, Violet? In character, she stays silent. Well, say something, Violet. Silence. Fucking say something, Violet. Silence. Wait. Say something, Violet. Not one word. She stays quiet.
This guy acts so good that he uses mouth breathing as a way to like transition scenes too.
Oh, really?
If you listen, like after all the crazy thing and the music starts again, he only mouth breathes when it's a change of mood. That's the heavy breathing that he's like that. It's crazy. At least I've noticed it in the mood shifts.
That's crazy. That's tight. I didn't even notice. I mean, I noticed like the breathing part when it was just like to emphasize like the scary part, but I didn't think of it throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, rewind it like 20 seconds, maybe, and then listen to like how the mood shifts when he starts breathing and playing guitar.
Wait. Say something, Violet.
Do I need to go further back?
No, you're good.
Not one word. She stays quiet.
That's crazy. I would have never picked. I heard it there. Yeah. I would have never picked that up.
That's nuts. It's cool because he also did a minor run down, and it like that's a very like kind of feeling.
Yeah, that's wild.
She stays quiet. London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. The doctor, in a state of shock, saw something here so very wrong. See, Violet, she was pregnant. Poor Violet, she was 9 months gone. Turning to the doctor, Violet broke her silence and she cried, if I'm to die right here tonight, please let my baby stay alive. The doctor soon regained composure, called the surgeon to come in. As Violet's world turned to black, the curtains closed, the lights went dim. In London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington just lost the fight to stay alive. A tragedy or a miracle, it happened on these very streets. Two twins are lying side by side. a girl named Jenny, and a boy named Screech.
Holy shit, dude. That was a ride. He started in the hospital and he ended up in the street, and he went through 4 different scenes. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All one take, too.
Yeah.
All one take. That's nuts.
Yeah, that shit's wild.
This game ain't even fair, man.
What did you think about the story, how he ended it and all that?
There was a lot. That's why I say it was a ride, because there was a lot of parts for redemption to be had, but it wasn't. It's a very angsty and very eerie theme, and the way he ended it was beautiful in the sense that we had to accept death because we knew it was coming, but we also feel like shame and remorse, or not shame, but like we feel sorry for Violet because of that whole situation that he described in the last part of that video, the baby and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
This guy is very talented, and like I'm really glad you showed me him, because they're like, this is crazy. This is study material for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, the people, you know, when the one thing, because this is like a cult classic because of all, so we talked about all the different things that went on, but then that twist at the end of the story, that's what gets people. They're always just like, yo, like they always want to see, like, if people are going to pick up on, you know, the whole Violet having twins, and then, you know, this reoccurring cycle that just, you know, that basically he kind of demonstrates in the whole song.
Right.
And it's like, it's one of those things that I was just like, this is crazy. You've heard Immortal Technique's Dance with the Devil?
Yes.
So it reminds me of that, kind of like that, you know, the twist at the end where you're like, oh shit, like this is why he went so in deep on Jenny and Screech at the beginning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
that's like some like Star Wars level foreshadowing and like back shadowing and stuff. That's nuts.
It's funny you said that, because that's actually the reference I've made in some of these reactions where it's like when Luke and Princess Leia find out they're brother and sister.
Right.
It's the same thing, just with, it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
It's way more sad.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
He's also one of the best storytellers, like just in like the way he wrote the stories, and he never stumbled once.
Dude, that's what's crazy. Like, imagine getting these one take. Like, that's what's funny, how you noticed, like, at the end, you were just like, oh, snap, because the end of the story, but you're also processing how the whole last Violet's Tale was just like different rooms. He walked into the street and just, yeah, there's a lot there. And he just performed it all. Like, that's the crazy part, too, like how you caught the breathing. Like, it does make me wonder how many times he practiced this. Like, that's just insanity.
Well, and just to keep your mind in that state for that long and not be a little bit like at the end of everything is an impressive feat.
Yeah, staying totally focused and dialed in.
Yeah,
man, this is crazy. Well, you guys, you asked for it. You wanted Fozzy to check out the tale of Jenny and Screech.
I'm gonna go back and watch this at home again and get some more stuff, and maybe if I come back, I'll go a little deeper on what I process.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, too. So the other day I reacted to this with the homie Judge Jay, and there's some stuff I picked up, but it's your guys' reaction, so it just depends on what you pick up and then what, you know, I counter with. But, like, the descriptiveness in the first, there's so many things being said.
Right.
Like, the one thing that's said is, like, you find out that Jenny and Screech are 14 years old, like, because he's saying that, but then you're just like, there's all these little things where you like start to wonder, because he's also saying she's in high heels on a dark night. Like, there's so many different things, but because they're Violet's kids, you knew they were in the orphan, adopted at some capacity. Like, so there's so much of the story not told. Like, so if Stevie did that to Violet, he probably went to jail. Right. And then Violet died. You know, they're born. They go into, an orphan type of situation. And then it's just like, it is, like you said, it's like the Star Wars foreshadowing, because it's like, Luke's like you're my father type thing. Well, that's what we saw here.
Jenny and Screech, and
they're born side by side. and they died 1 street apart from each other, side by side.
Yeah,
so it's just like, it's like a really in-depth story, but I've heard it so many times I've been able, and then little things that I noticed, like you're noticing like the guitars, the different things going on. There's also subliminal things.
That also, so that's a question that I asked. Did you notice the difference in how those guitars sounded and affected what he was playing? Have you noticed that?
I noticed there was a difference, but I couldn't pinpoint it. I knew he was playing different,
right?
But I don't know enough about guitars to know, the depth of where that's going and where it stems from.
Yeah. So in that first video, in Jenny's Tale, he was playing the traditional guitar metal strings, regular headstock, and that was a very power, like strum heavy kind of thing. So was Screech, which was played on the classical guitar, but which is why that's impressive, is because he made that sound as aggressive as he did on the classical guitar, but it's through the opera thing, that he was able to do that, and he didn't do as much of the opera in Jenny's Tale.
Yeah.
It's a little more reggae-ish. Super dope.
Yeah. There's a lot here to unpack. It's funny because I've reacted to this one a bunch. And there's still, like, every time, like, this was cool because I'm learning stuff, like, even when you're talking about the barred
chord.
Yeah. It's funny because I got to look it up too, because it's like you're saying the barred chord.
Yeah.
Like it's a chord.
So, yeah, like the chord is the shape you hold on a guitar to make your strum sound pretty.
Yeah.
But, like, that's very extensive back into medieval times and stuff.
And I got to relook because I think that, so from that, now they're saying the style is barred core, like a play on hardcore, but it's like right there with chord. So I'm like, yo, did I even say it right? Did they say chord or core? Like, I'm like, yo, this is crazy, but it's just cool because I'm learning a bunch of stuff.
Well, no, and that's also a genre, is bardcore, because this is like songwriting shanty kind of.
Okay, yeah. And that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, yo, it's just crazy how all those things are kind of connected, though. I didn't know there was a barred chord.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And like a lot of what he plays, he does barred chords. So
okay,
it's crazy.
Hell yeah. All right, you guys, we're going to get it ready to ride off into the sunset. Man, leave a comment. Let us know if you enjoyed this. Also, I'll put Fozzy in the description, and if he leaves a comment, I'll pin him to the top. So make sure you're rocking with him, tapping in. I believe you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, Fozzy Styles. It's got my logo on it, and it's like a black and white logo, but I only got a few. I don't have many music videos, but I got some like show recaps and pretty big, like my band's first recap and stuff.
Nice. Tell people where to find you on social media if they want to hit you up, ask you some questions.
Fozzy Styles Official on IG and TikTok, and then also just Fozzy Styles on Facebook or Lucidelic on Facebook. I'm both, so yeah. Spotify, Apple's all Fozzy Styles.
Hell yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on all the content. If you're rocking with the vibe, subscribe. We out of here, y'all. 40.
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. FUQ boy.